My name is Ntabiseng Shabalala. I am 30 years of age. I grew up at Tsakani, a small location, East Rand. And then I met Ubongane in 2012.
We were attending what we then used to call a cell group, where we used to pray together, share the word of God together with other Christians. And that's when I actually noticed her and I would say fell in love with her.
What I really liked about him, he was a straightforward. I get to ask what you would find a brother would tutor you there and there, but he was straightforward with what he wanted. Ne? He wanted marriage. He wanted food wash. I want to make you my wife. Ne? Okay, so marriage for me was to live with this man now, have a house. Now you are having a head over me. Yabon ezonginakekela. And then my dream would be mhlambe after 2 years or 3 in marriage sizoba nabantwana, yabon. And then bese futhi umshado wethu, because mesengazi ukuthi angithi umfundisi now uNciku la esengishada naye, he's a pastor. So you would mase ukuthi now I'd have to live ukuthi umshado wethu be an example to others, yabo, through ukuthi siphila kanjani and people seeing Christ in us. After sekang lobolile sesilungisela manje the white wedding, yabo, because Tina kahle kahle masiyi-2 mesibona ukuthi white wedding, it was not necessary on the same year. We could wait, but then umfundisi wethu by that time, umfundisi wami wa demand ukuthi since ngikhule yabo enkonzweni serving nanani, he would want ukuthi ngiphume ngomshado omhlophe. Okay, so sisaplana the wedding, I fell pregnant, which was 2013, around about 2 tina mesiplan ukuthi sizoshada 2013 nge-30 November. So I was pregnant during that time. So nako-ke no planning ukuthi kuzoba nomntwana, but sekakhona. Then we started ukuthi siyarealize ukuthi esikunomntwana ngapha nomshado, but ke azange usinike inkinga lokho because nama families they were sharp. So when I got ukuthi I was pregnant, sekufune manje ngihambe amagayini futhi ke that time ngihambe enye for isona. When I got there umuntu wesona athi ngibona inkinga umntwana ukhona, but then ngibona ngathi une like akakhuli kahle per se, but nginga-advise ukuthi uyocala ubona igayini. So we started attending igayini. By that time igayini yasitshela ukuthi okay umntwana right, but then manje inkinga ukuthi kufanele sisiprepare ukuthi nge-time of delivery kuzokosa ukuthi umntwana ngeke funeka yenze operation, because isisu sakhe, I just can't remember the term abayisebenzisile, isisu sakhe mesingavaleki, so to say. It was, the baby was just growing mara with an open stomach, yabo. So makaphuma mokufuneke ayenze operation. But then so igayini le mesikuyo, she was such a straight talker, but then I felt ukuthi mekangekho sensitive because umntwana wethu wokuqala, and now you are on some manje nkosi kanti mangicala ukuthola umntwana why senginenkinga ezingaka manje, why sokufuneke go through such. But ke ubongane being there believing futhi ukuthi hayi kuzoba right, igayini yathi angifuni ukunilona ukunimoshela imali, wasireferela eJoburg Jan. So yena ilona, because I don't know ukuthi mhlambe she didn't, I don't know, but ke ngoba udoctor bakhe urealize ukuthi umntwana ngeke abe right, or futhi mekacabangela afthini ukuthi uzosafara going through tests and everything, kan kube mane ne terminator and then start afresh. But because of Tina si decided lokho esifuna ukudecide, what okay no fine, nganise Joburg Jan nithole another specialist lizodila nani. So we would go there every Tuesday, as check, umntana would have a heartbeat, like there was hope, because nayo what, no, this is not a problem, into eyenzakalayo asichazisele isimo kahle ukuthi kuzoyenzakalani. And then we had hope umntana khula. I could even feel akhaba because it was a baby girl. So sambiza uNoluthando ke So as ngisesenjalo, I would feel unoluthando kicking akhula up until I was 8 months, going for 8 months. Yeah, it was 8 months. Ngihamba i-Joburg Jan. But knowing very well ukuthi after vele noma ngiya ku-delivery like sizohlala indaba zama-operation nani nani. So at 8 months ngiya lapha ku-doctor, then suddenly bang-admit, but no sokufuneka usuku-admit, there's something about your heartbeat. Mase sifika bathi no more heartbeat, so it's a matter manje ukuthi funeke udeliver umntwana, but umntwana is no more.
It really was a devastating moment of our lives. I could say, in fact, when I found out ukuthi the baby was no more, she went to the hospital, wabuya, and then during the week we had to prepare for mngcwabo.
Sahlala ke esibhedlela waiting for the delivery, and mind you, whenever uzo delivera umntwana, you would have to wait for pains. Tuthi bangifaka amalona, ama-injections ukuthi ube nama pains, ukuthi kube right. So sahlala ke, I think ngahlala 2 days, ne? Mangihlala 2 days because mengana pain at all. Marabo doctor would come, and then namanje ukuthi, as we all know, funeke uphuma amanzi before deliver. And then this one doctor ngikhumbula kahle mokusebusuku, and mind you, uku-maternity ward, ne? Where you would hear abantwana bakhala, you would hear abomama basemapenini, and when you're just lying there knowing very well ukuthi mangiphuma la ngiyophuma ngaphethanga mntwana. Okay. Kunjalo, but nje yeah, so kunjalo sahlala until udoctor aze ngifeel ama pain angiyenze ke anglo like vele so isikhathi se delivery. I delivered, and then but okay umntwana ke nawu bakwela yena, but manje makasangaka sisibhedlela asimthathi kuzokosa ukuthi niyomncwaba nina, yabo. So, and mind you, by that time it's a week. The following week, funeke siyenza umshado, ngiyoshada ngifake irogo elimhlophe. So funeke singcwabile by then because silindelwe umshado omhlophe.
Around about the time when we found out that we are pregnant, I was slightly excited, yet at the same time nervous, at the same time thinking about the wedding, and because organize umshado is also a tantamount exercise. So in a way I was caught up within mixed feelings. So but with the report that we found out from the doctors concerning the status of our baby, there was just too much emotions associated with that, such that it was taking a strain even on our relationship. We were fighting a lot because families were involved in the preparations of the wedding, and our emotions also we had to deal with, going to and fro from hospital, coming back, going sivuke ekuseni siyasibhedlela eJoburg Jan. When we referred to Joburg Jan, it was just too much. It was just too much. And in fact, when we went to sign, the day that we were supposed to go and sign a commissioner, I remember we had a huge fight, to an extent that she ended up saying, you know what, let's call this thing off. Let's just call everything off. Let's call everything off. And I remember taking a breather, and I realized, no, actually, we are losing focus. We are missing the picture, because we are not playing the ball, but we are playing the man. So I shifted her focus from us, and I said, let's attend to the situation. The situation is that we've lost. We are busy with the process of going to and fro, within the with regards to case yomntwana, and now we are facing umshado, which is involving families with interest of their own, yabo, that they wanted us to carry out. So I then said to her, if kubiza ukuthi silento simise umshado, singawucancela umshado, but we cannot cancel our relationship simply because the preparations of our wedding are taking their toll on us. So when we took a breather and refocus our attention to the actual challenge, we then realized, which no, actually we do want to marry each other. So it's just that we are now caught up within so much emotions and the fact that she was also with child. So we decided to go ahead. Sayaka commissioner Ebrakpan, we then signed, and then Masbuya Lapo, things now were better. We had a better perspective. So we were now focusing on actually making sure ukuthi siyadlulisa indaba yomntwana.
Sangcwaba ke umntwana, which yabona at times whenever masokuvela izinto ezinje, you tend to not understand, but funeke futhi ube strong at the same time and make as if you understand ukuthi sokunjalo. So nje umshado wethu moku siyashada ngoba siyadlulisa, because we don't have much time of mourning umntwana. So after that ke sachubeka, it was 2013. 2014 vele azange sikhulume ngabantwana by that time. Akusekho ukukhuluma ukuthi manje what's the plan of having umunye umntwana of kanjani. So 2014, I think it's 2014, and then I realized ukuthi I'm pregnant. Oh, mind you, futhi by the time ngi pregnant ngonolthando, angazi kuyenzeka kanjani, but most of the time it was ku friend ama friends wethu. There were two mengihamba nabe clinic which nabo meba pregnant. So nalapho it was mabasatholile abantwana ufuna ukujabule, mara knowing very well ukuthi nami kube sengila. But ke 2014 we tried again, but ke thina we don't say manje we are trying. You would nako ke sokufuneke sithole ukuthi okay, I'm pregnant now. And then I was 3 months saying pregnant, sesihambile kwa confirm ukuthi no, you are pregnant. Sengihamba ke futhi amalona. I was 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And then ngisathi kanjalo ngisese kule jolly stage ukuthi hayi si pregnant, and then ngathola miscarriage. By that time futhi ngize ngiya, I just felt a pain, and then ngableed again manje. And then sagijima saya ngimtshela futhi mesiceda ukargue by that time. Sahamba saya ka doctor, and then doctor wathi hayi masokunje vele miscarriage.
I remember I was driving. I was from picking it from the doctors. We went. I was accompanying Utsapo Shabalala. We were just busy with the project, so I was busy with him. And I remember we picked up Nkosikazi wakhe of Shabalala, and we were all talking emotweni. But you know what, guys? God is able, and this thing is gonna come to an end. It's not gonna continue forever. When God comes through for you, it's gonna be like it's never happened, in your life. I needed to hear those words, and from then I really admire them, and I knew that if they would speak such a word, it was encouraging. I just needed to hear something positive.
So by that time futhi it was hurting ngoba ngizitshelile ukuthi mhlambe nayi second chance right ke manje. Mhlambe kuzoba ngcono, but not nakhona uthi uyajabula because uyasaba ukuthi naleya emephetho nolthando mongazi ukuthi yini, yabona. So kwaba miscarriage, sahamba. I remember ngikhala umamkhulu wami siya kumamkhulu wami asimikisa komunye umama siyokhuleka naye sikhuleke, but then uyazi ukuthi la ukhona uthi mara Nkosi senzeni engaka 2 times and sibancane, you know, izinto ezinje like uzihandlisha kanjani, how do you wake up ikusasa futhi bese ngizozama kanjani umntwana. And mind you, knowing very well ukuthi angithi umuntu uhlala naye and uyamuzwa noma khuluma uyafisa ukuba nabantwana, ukubona, uyafisa ukuba nabantwana, mara wena la mina ngikhona if mukuya ngami kube vele ngishatter off because le pain leyo kulibele uthola so kubanjalo, yabo. But what futhi bengathanda ukuyisho ubongani, bengathanda ukuthi yena hayi mina inkosi ngitshelile vele ukuthi ngizoba nomntana omfana. Yena innocently uyazikhulumela, yabo. But naloyo futhi it's putting pressure on me ukuthi funekile ukuthi lo mntana omfana okuyenza funeke kuyenzekile, yabo. Mara naku ke sengine miscarriage.
I felt ukuthi somehow probably my expectations are actually, I wouldn't say killing her, but they are really putting pressure on her, and she's going through a lot just because maybe, you know, just maybe I had communicated my expectations. And one other thing that we also need to note is that the pressure also was coming from friends. Not that friends were saying, yeah, you guys should get a baby, but they were getting pregnant and they were receiving their babies very well without any complications or challenges. That on its own, it would not, you know, it would knock me, would really knock me, because I would just think about my wife and think about all the things that she's going through, and I would ask the Lord, Father, what is happening? You know, is there anything that I'm probably not doing right? You know, is it issues of deliverance? You know, you just quickly run to such things to say, no, maybe the devil is just attacked me or demon or whatever. I need to get deliverance and stuff like that. So there were just a lot of questions, actually, without any answers. I'm not going to lie. There was no answer, but the peace of the Lord was just there. You know, the peace of the Lord was in my heart. I would feel like, you know, the Lord has just given me peace. I could not understand how is it that I'm supposed to cope, or how is it that I'm supposed. But one thing that I realized, that the peace of God was making me strong for her. You know, I would make sure that I support her when she cries. I do not cry with her at that time. I would cry alone, maybe, you know, just try and get to a place where I'm able to cry to the Lord alone. But when I'm with her, I would just be the one to be strong for her, so that as Okona in cope and actually, because I knew that for her the pain was just too much to bear. But for me, I would just, you know, go to my secret closet to the Lord and just cry out to the Lord. Yeah, so yeah, that is mostly what I was going through. There was just so much emotional turmoil and emotional battle with what I know the Lord to have said to me and what was happening. So what was happening and what I knew the Lord was saying was just not connecting. The dots were not connecting, but still I had the peace of God.
The following year futhi ngaphinda pregnant, and manje ukhumbula ukuthi i-pregnancy awusajabula ukuthi wathola nje iline ayi-2 uthi oh, there we go again. So awusabi right. So but then you are having hope. Ngaya komunye udoctor futhi, and then lapho ke kula realize athi no, angiboni next, athi like i-pregnancy test would say pregnant, but then mawusoya kusona they would just see an empty sac, but we can't see anything. So after empty sac, Dr. Senzani, empty sac funeke ulalwe uyokhishwa futhi. So funeka ulale futhi esibhedlela. Same what abantu bazoteta khona wena uze ukuzolala and go back home alone.
She was feeling a bit of a disappointment when issues of miscarriages would happen, because vele she knew that ngiyabathanda abantwana. She would see how I would play with abanye abantwana babanye abazalwane that we came across. So probably that came to her as something that she would really love for her to give me as a gift.
So I remember calling Mfundisi, because manje me saying it was too much for me. I remember calling Mfundisi uKabelo Moroke. So I called him because I mean, as I understand, at time you would blame yourself. Good, oh, angiphilanga kahle, inkosi ayingixolelanga, such things. I remember calling Mfundisi ukuthi kanti Mfundisi yini engake ngiyenzile kuNkulunkulu. Ngoba manje angisa understand ukuthi kuyenzakalani. Wathi makafona wathi uphi ubongane ngathi ukhona. Wathi mtsheleni ukuthi nizeni la manje.
We went sayobona umfundisi, and he also, as a father, I wanted him to speak nje into our lives, just a word of encouragement. And he did say, ukuthi there's nothing that's impossible with God, and in all good time, God is going to give you a baby, and if anyone who knows Muruti Kabelo Moroke would know that when you go to him depressed and feeling down, he has a way of cheering you up. Because he's always jovial, there's never a dull moment with Muruti Kabelo Moroke. So we went in there frustrated, depressed, stressed, I would say. But when we went out of his house, we were just cheered up and also having a word from the Lord, that was encouraging.
Then we decided ke masengibuya ukuthi yazini asike sime ngendaba zabantwana, like let's just nje yazini sikhohlwe ukuthi kufuneka sibe pregnant. So then it started ke la sokufuneka manje kungena ama families. I remember mamami athi manje sekakhathele because sengizoze ngife manje ngenxa yokuthi ngibhizi ngilibele ngaka doctor ngiyoklinwa in. And then so manje sokuyi conflict ke manje ukuthi manje ngithapseng manje indaba zabantwana aziyekwe or siyabona ukuthi senza njani because khona umoya okhona la. So and then ke ifamily yakalona basibiza vele nabo wanting, because I think nabo ukuthi nje iyakhathaza this thing, wanting usisiza ukuthi kuyenzakalani, but no, this is not right. Bangathi angini manje abantu they come nento zabo, now you are realizing ngathi khona into wrong vele ngiyenzayo, Nkosi sisize.
Some of our family members are not born again, so indaba yokuthi God will come through for you, God will intervene, they did not really support such bona, especially when after so many challenges with conceiving and actually having the baby. Bona vele they just demanded ukuthi we should go and consult inyanga, consult abomama sebeletsi, basinika amanzi, bakutshela ukuthi there's something probably abantu they'll relate ukuthi bathi there's something edlayo, bathi ngikhohle igama layo lento, bathi imfelo, yeah, they used to call it imfelo, bathi khona manje uNthapse unlento unemfelo and lento idla abantwana. So vela ngeke aze athola abantwana until babulala lemfelo la phakathi kuye, and idinga umuntu owazi ukusebenzisa imithi yesintu. I remember saying to them, if God wants us to have a child, God will give us a child. And if God gives us a child, lo mntwana lo uzophiliswa uJehova, God will sustain that child. So I don't want a situation where I go and consult izinyanga and abomama sebeletsi, then I stand in front of abazalwane and I say, to God be the glory, God gave us a child. Because I would not be able to say boldly, ukuthi God actually gave us this child, when I know that our efforts, are the ones that actually ended up led to us actually having a baby. So, but it was very tough, I don't want to lie, because to a certain extent, even Nayon Tap saying, my wife would encourage me to say, no, don't worry, in all due season, in all good times, God will give us a baby. At some point, I also needed encouragement because I was not always strong. At some days, I would come and say, yeah, no, As in, manje, I think I'm about to take the advice, my family, which we should go and see someone. I remember there's a friend of mine, I will not mention by name. He said, Yazin Mganam, Mina, I know how to go to the wilderness and look for natural herbs that can give you a baby today. When you drink those herbs, I can combine them for you. You can give them to Nkosikazi Wako. When she drinks them, something is gonna happen. I remember sitting down and I entertained that thought.
Then 2017, nami siku enkonzweni, and then umfundisi Shumayela wasiphakamisa, and then wathi, you guys are going to have a baby.
I remember we were sitting in front that Sunday. Mfundisi was just preaching powerfully and we were enjoying the sermon. Out of the blue, Mfundisi just stopped. And when he paused, he said, in fact, God is giving you both a child. God is going to give you a child. And he actually demanded that we should stand. He said, stand up. And he said, God is giving you a child. And when he said that, I knew in my spirit at that time, it was final. God said, now is my time. Now is my turn.
Mase sifike endlini athi umzwile umfundisi utheni. Umbuzo wami ngathi mina yazi mina angisafuna ukubeka inhliziyo yami lapho because ngiyasaba like mesengisaba vele mengingafuni next because ayikho into painful than falling pregnant and then not finishing i-semester or i-trial le 3 semesters okufuneka uyenze. It's very painful. That's why at times ngithi kulabo thuthi umuntu uqeda ukushada afisa ukuthi abe nomntwana. Mara ngithi it is best not to fall pregnant. Like it's best not to try and then I'm not pregnant, it's fine, than to fall pregnant and then at the end of the day awubi nomntwana. That's the saddest part. Or ube miscarriage. So rather not experience that because you have to uqine futhi ube right. Yabo, like it's very emotional. It's bad. Yabo.
So with all the advice that came along the way, one would just feel tempted to entertain and actually consider those advices. But God being good, in all due season, when after the Lord had said, actually God told me in prayer that I'm going to give you a son. So I used to relate a story to her to say, you know what, I believe God is going to give me a son. So when the time had come, when Moruti said in the middle of his sermon, said, God is giving a child, I knew that child was going to be a boy. And it so happened that we fell pregnant and she went to Nkosikazi. Untapseng went and confirmed with the doctors. After a while, the doctors also confirmed.
Doctor, yeah, you're pregnant. Yeah. So what? Okay, so kufune manje siyocheck ake iscan ukuthi kume kanjani. I remember that day mengangekho ngiya because manje mesengiprefer ukuthi thi ngiye ngiyi-1 yabona because manje mawuhamba naye it's a disappointment noma ngegasho yena ukuthi but you would feel ukuthi ngcono ngibe ngiyi-1 if ngikhala ngiyi-1 then yena ngizamtshela than ukuthi yabona because now so feel ukuthi I'm actually useless la like ngizomsiza ngani ngoba lo muntu uyabafisa abantwana but manje clearly I can't. I'm having this challenge ukuthi angikhona ukugcina umntwana awakhona umntwana ukuthi azakhule. Okay, so sengusona ke manje masifika kusona udoctor athi kimi I'm seeing sex, I'm a sec. So masengilapha vele like ugoba noma sohlala embedeni usowazi ukuthi I'm waiting for anything, come on, bring it on, tell me. Or to doctor, there's this sec in it, or mara I wouldn't say it's something. It's a little dot, a leg wall na corner, wall sec, so we wouldn't know what again. So you just have to wait up until 4 weeks on Jan so that we can confirm ukuthi kenzakalan. I remember mangiphuma lapha ngathi uNkulunkulu, Lord, I'm tired. I'm very much tired and I'm drained. If like let me not go through this. Like I'm tired of going through the very same thing now and again. So if can I please not go through this? and if ukhona manje ngicela ukuthi manje lento encane abathi abayiboni ngicela ukuthi ibonakale. Ngadrive ke going back home. So mangifika ngamtshela naye, but awufuni awazi ukuthi uthini mawufika lapho uthi umntwana wakusumntwana othini oyini asiyazi ukuthi yini, yabo. Yeah, and then safika ke isikhathi sakhona uNkulunkulu emuhle, and then mase sifika isikhathi sokufuneka ngibuyele kaDoctor. Yazi mangifika lapha makathi ungalala for i-check up, ngavala amehlo. Wathi bheka look ngathi I don't want to look, you just tell me ukuthi ubonani of kanjani, because engizele la ukuthi ngithola ukuthi the thing that you saw before, is it a baby or not a baby. And then uDoctor athi no, makathi athi oh yes, there it is. Now embryo yini lezinto zabo esikhona, it's looking good, it's looking good. But nakhona, not that I'm happy, because I know good 3 months or 4 months, same story, angeke ube relieved. Up until ke sesilibele samba ke amagayini, but nakhona I will be comfortable. Then ke kwavela uJoshua as akhona manje.
Out of this situation, we actually became very strong. I realized after this situation that there's nothing that could ever come our way that can separate us, because we've been through, I don't want to say hell, but we've been through high waters. We've been through a lot together, and we survived. It made us very strong. I realized after this that we can face anything together and we can survive. Because the Lord has forged our love together and has forced us, together through these situations that we faced. So we become very strong, very intimate, very close. That I realized, there's no other woman for me that can actually, be as my wife was to me. And so I would say it really made our faith strong towards God. Now, after what we've been through, I don't believe that there's anything that I believe that God will not do, especially if He promised that He will do it for us. I don't believe that there's anything that God will not do for us. So, this experience really built a muscle of faith that we needed. And from now on, we are strong together. I mean, we've been through a lot together.
At times, ne, and like it would, you know what, if faith yona ibanzima, especially magenzeka izinto, because you would, the other nolthando, you were having a faith ukuthi, you know what, uzophila noma kanjani, noma seku kanjani, and then kuyele. And then you would ask yourself, mhlambe I did not believe kahle, I did not have faith that much ukuthi azange khona ukuphila umntwana. Second time, naku pregnant, you having a faith futhi ukuthi kuzoba right, then naku be right. So leyo nto leyo, it affected me kakhulu, yabona. But the good thing would I actually had a surrounding a sharp, yabo, where you would have ubongane, like futhi mina yami nekabongane, it was uNkulunkulu mokungathi uyayidlala ngoba la uba discouraged khona, he would encourage me. La ngiba aba discouraged, mengizom encourage ukuthi no, let's trust in the Lord, let's have faith in the Lord, yabona. And nayo I really believed in the Lord, because you would wake up njalo mo ekuseni makhulu, so uyakhulekela Lord, bless my womb nan. But it does nje ithinte kancane faith yakho, iya affecta kakhulu, because usuke ungasazi ukuthi am I doing right, or am I having a faith there that is needed. I know futhi mengize ngithandazele ngithi Lord, may I please have the faith the centurion man, because mengibona ukuthi yabo manje olengina it's too little that I ngenza ukuthi kuphumelele la ngibakhona na ukuthi ngingabe nomntwana kahle.
I want to encourage men who are married to a lady, a woman, or who's struggling to conceive, or is probably going through the similar situation as we've gone. I've read on Facebook. I've heard stories of people that went through such similar situations as we have. And the message I would say to them is that don't stop believing in the Lord, no matter how long it takes. Someone on Facebook wrote that they waited for 17 years, and to now we would say that we waited for at least 3 years, for us to actually celebrate the birth of our son. We now have a son. God gave us a son, as He said that He's going to give us a son. So God gave us a baby boy by the name of, I named him Joshua. The reason why I named him Joshua, I said, this one will be a savior of his generation. This one is a man. When God gave me this name, Joshua, He said, this one is a commander of the sun, the commander of the armies of God. So he's a prophet of God. That's what God told me. So I named him. Someone said, because you are a pastor, unikeza umntwana igama leBhayibheli. But really, because Joshua is a miracle child. And so that's why we decided to name him Joshua. So I love him. He's chubby, good looking, handsome, and God can do it for you as well. If He did it for us, God can do it for you as well. So just be patient, wait upon the Lord.
Ngithanda futhi ukuthi ukukhuthaza abanye abomama who've been through what I've been through. It's not easy, and it's not easy, but nje uNkulunkulu uyayenza indlela. He is God of His word, and uNkulunkulu is able to do and to give you your heart desires. Yabo kubhlungu, and He has a way of ukuthi akupholise kusilonda leso obhekane naso. Yabona, so everything is able through Him. He is God who can do exceedingly and above what we can think or imagine. Even nesikhathi sokuthi ufeel ukuthi vele you have lost hope, believe uNkulunkulu, he is able, because manje now kusokhona uJoshua was 1 year 3 months and ukhulile. Even now to 4 weeks Thursday banje ukuthi I'm 4 months pregnant. So he's God, he's able. So let's trust in Him. Bakhuthale,